In this episode, I sit down with a great friend and a awesome member of the global comedy community, somebody who's traveled a lot and seen a lot of the world's comedy scenes. And I really had a great conversation. I wish I interjected less and let her talk more. We also have a guest co-star Hassan, who is a random Turkish person who was passing by and who decided to sit down and talk with us. Listen, this episode, I love it in terms of the content. It's one of my favorite episodes. I really, really think it's awesome. However, this might be the last time I'm doing an episode like this. I might have to change portals because of the technical difficulties. The audio isn't as good as I wanted it to be, and unfortunately, there's a lot of our voices echo because I don't have a proper recorder. I don't know how I'm going to keep doing this. I don't know what is the future of portals. I might have to do video episodes from now on. However, this episode I think is so freaking awesome that it's worth listening, despite the fact that the audio sucks and despite the fact that I had to edit a lot of stuff out. Like a whole 20 minutes of this episode was, I think, taken out because of, we spoke of some stuff that could have gotten us into trouble. So I thought I'd take a lot of it out. But still, this is probably one of my favorite episodes that I've ever done, and the first outdoor episode like this. This is Portals to Terra. Prepare your brains to get fucked. Good evening, Terrarians. Welcome to a special episode of Portals to Terra. This episode's theme, it's a special episode called Deportals to Terra. Guess why? Because I got deported. So this is the story. A lawyer fucked me over, and after 10 years of living in Budapest, I got deported. And I'm here for a couple of months in the beautiful Istanbul, trying to figure my life out and reapply back to Budapest or go back to my home country, or I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm in a pretty transit state, so that's what happened. However, in the beautiful city of Istanbul, you never know what happens. You run into people that you've met from before, from past, from the future, from other, I don't know, you aliens know how that works. You guys have better tech. And today's guest is someone that I met not long ago in Budapest. She came to us and she said, "Oh, I wanted to take photos of you guys, comics," and she said, "I have 16,000 subscribers," as if that was gonna please me. I was like, I don't fucking care. But then she said she's friends with Bobby Lee, and that was it. That was it.
Yes.
And she sent a voice message from me to Bobby Lee, but Bobby hasn't replied yet. But he doesn't reply to Eric Griffin either. So here's what it is. Joy has been traveling the world, taking photos of comics, visiting different stand-up scenes. She's planning to do an exhibition on your photos and
Yes.
trying to do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Joy, everybody! I'm going to put fake applause tracks on it. So, Joy, welcome to this part of Portal. It's Portals to Terra, but it usually was my apartment, so we're actually seeing more of Terra here.
It's beautiful. I time traveled from United States to be here with you today. So I'm very
Awesome.
excited. Yeah.
It wasn't time travel, it was like space travel.
It was space travel. My
Yeah.
bad. Yes. that
Unless
was
you went
indeed.
back in time. I wish we could time travel.
But don't you think space travelers time travel anyway? Because maybe they came in the 80s, maybe they came now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I want to time travel to a time where people are less racist to me. Can I do? Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Ooh.
Awesome.
New girlfriend,
that's
maybe.
how
I don't know.
that's how you get people's approval. You do podcasts.
She
So
was a
Joy,
very beautiful
tell us
lady.
about like your journey from Budapest to you went to Germany. Tell us what you've seen in your comedy
In my
journal.
to all the aliens out there, I have been exploring comedy in Europe and as far east as Turkey, which is, I guess, is, I don't know, would you can include that? It's kind of Europe and the European side. Am I in the European side right now?
No, we're in
No,
the Asian
we're in the
side.
Asian side.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I would say Europe and Asia.
Yeah.
I've been to 6 or 7 different stand-up communities: Budapest, Bratislava, the burgeoning Bratislava, where, wait for it, there's about 15 stand-up comedians there, and then Vienna, and Prague, London, Berlin, which has an enormous comedy scene, and then now Istanbul, which I think has about, what, 40 comedians, I think.
So many. Like
So
I
many.
saw so many nights, and half of them are.
Hello.
Hello. See. I almost spoke Hungarian. I don't know why, because when I feel like I don't know the language, I just automatically speak Hungarian. I was like, "Sia, no, that Sia doesn't work."
Yes.
I don't know what language I'm speaking anymore, but yeah. And so Bratislava had 15 people altogether.
No, Bratislava has. Oh, one of the hottest stand-ups there is Iranian, a woman. Yes, and
Woman.
her brother. And her
I know
brother.
Sia.
Sia.
Sia. Shout out. I love Sia.
Yes.
I don't
Sia's
love
amazing.
any like just like
Sia's
average
amazing.
Iranian comics, but Sia is not one. Sia is special. He came, we bonded over stuff. You know what he
He came
said?
to Budapest. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he came to Budapest. Okay,
Man,
okay,
I
okay.
love Sia because he. I was like, "What's your favorite podcast? Is it recording?
It's recording.
Do you want to? Wait.
No, it's this.
I'm paranoid. Worst case scenario, they just hear me, and we have to subtitle and guess what you said. Imagine if that seagull shit on my camera, like right there would be
It
so
did
good.
shit on the camera, but
Yeah.
that's why our skin's so glossy.
Yeah, that's. Yes, Sia is so awesome. First thing he said, he was like, "I'm a big fan of Tiger Belly." Like Bobby Lee's podcast,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I've
yeah,
not
yeah.
encountered anyone in my life really who, except for you, maybe who knew Bobby Lee's podcast. It's such a niche, and I was like, "You're Iranian, you know Bobby Lee's podcast. You're fucking cool." And so yeah, I
And
love
Bobby,
Sia.
Bobby Lee and I used to hang out a lot, like when we were younger, when we were starting comedy. And then we have our picture in a karaoke bar together in Los
Oh.
Angeles. So if you go in there, you're like, baby Bobby Lee, baby Joy Gohring.
So you saw
Very
him
cute.
in Los Angeles.
Yes. Yeah, I met
Awesome.
him. That's where we met. Yeah, yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, so when he was so close with Mitzi, actually, I think he
Yeah, I
was
think
like
so,
one
yeah.
of the original. Like he's been there so long, like they call him like the tour guide of Comedy Store. Like he knows all the stories. Like, do you know Gus the Ghost at Comedy Store?
I know of Gus the Ghost,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Yeah.
You haven't met him.
No. Mm-mm.
Do you think it's true?
Probably, yeah.
You believe in ghosts?
No.
But that one,
Only this one.
so many like credible comics have talked about this.
I don't not believe in ghosts. Like, I think that ghosts could exist. Why not? It's kind of like religion. It could exist. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, like who was it? Sam Kinison had a close relationship with Gus
Sam
he
Kinison.
was into like satanic stuff, like pentagrams and stuff, and he apparently met. And they say Gus was
I can't believe you know Sam Kinison.
I know.
I took
I'm
a picture of Sam Kinison a week before he died.
Oh my god!
I have it in my
He died in a
house.
car accident, right?
He
Yeah.
did. And
Yeah.
he's from originally from, I think he's from Texas. Is he from Texas? If not, he was part of the Houston comedy scene. Very big.
I love that because
Mm-hmm.
I think we don't have enough absurd. I think comedy was just like normie. Like it was just like stand-ups would just say stories. But then in the 80s, there was this era of stand-ups becoming insane. Like it was more absurdist, like which is what I like. Like I don't like to do sets. Like I went back to home with my family and my mom said this and ha ha ha. I just say absurd shit like how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much weed would a woodchuck smoke if a woodchuck went to Woodstock? How much cock would a peacock pee if a peacock could peacock? Peacock is a weird. I'm not doing my own stuff, but shit like that, and I love how it was like that in the 80s. But then in the early 2000s with Louis C.K. and who was it, Dane Cook and those guys, we went back to like stand up being more story oriented and more like less absurd. But I feel like we're going 360 back to what it was in the 80s. Like I see these new kids like Trevor Wallace. I don't know if you know Trevor Wallace, who is Jeremiah Watkins. These are like not known, but
you're the new kids. I mean, the one thing that I've been observing from being in Europe is that you guys are having this burgeoning stand-up scene, and I love when I've heard this in almost every city that I've been in. People are like, that comic's weird. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah.
They
That's
should be.
amazing. They should be. They should be weird and different and unusual. They shouldn't be like everybody else. You know, this is my favorite. Like every time I'm taking a photograph of somebody, they always have their hand like on the mic. That's the, like, I will never publish. I don't ever want to publish that photo. It's like the comic with the microphone in their hand over the microphone stand. I'm like, no.
I do that.
Everybody does
I do
it.
that.
Everybody does it. But to me, the best photo you can take of somebody is when they're in their person. Like I try my best, like their personal essence.
Yeah.
Like whether it's, you know, the comics that always laugh at their jokes or the comics that are always like wandering after they tell their joke or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
I do laugh. I do like hunch and laugh at my joke like ha 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 like
I
kind
love
of
that though.
sinister. I channel Loki, you know, the god of mischief in Norse mythology. I think he flows through me. I'm a troll. I'm a
You are a
troll.
troll.
I like to make fun. I think what I like about comedy and trickster figures in mythologies in general, like Loki, like they're the gods of Asgard in Norse mythology, like
Yeah.
Odin and all those guys who represent like wisdom.
Loki.
Yeah, they
My cousin's dog's name Loki. Sorry,
yeah.
keep going.
Oh my god, I
yes.
want to have a dog called Loki.
Yes. I was like, who do I know that's Loki? Yes.
I want to get a tattoo of Loki's name in Norse runes here.
That's what we're doing after this podcast, and we're going to record it.
I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in the state to do that right. Yeah, but the thing is that look, so these gods of Asgard, they were all represent wisdom and technology and all that, and all the things that man is proud of,
Or
and
woman.
we think or woman. Yeah, I mean human is proud of. But then Loki would come. He represents nature. His children. He would turn into animals, and his children were a snake and a wolf or whatever. And then he brings Ragnarok, end of the world, with jokes and with pranks. Like for example, there is this invincible god called Balder, and
Ragnarok's a Viking, right?
yeah, Ragnarok is the end times in the Viking times.
Right,
And
okay.
Balder was a god who her mother Freya prayed to all the Norns, the fates, that she prayed, oh, I want my son to be immune to fire. I want him to be immune to drowning, immune to. She named every danger he could go through, any fatal thing that could happen. She forgot one thing: mistletoe. Like that, yeah. And so what Loki does is
He's
that
trying to kiss somebody under the
yeah,
mistletoe.
so and Balder's brother is a blind archer, or no, he blindfolds him or something, and he's like, why don't you just shoot at Balder or whatever? And then he's like, but he changes his arrow with a mistletoe. He makes brother kill brother, and that starts Ragnarok. So it's
That's the beginning of like they're all on some sort of, they're on acid, they're on something, like that's a random story, like just mistletoe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Look who's
they did
visiting
mushrooms.
us. The cat. No.
Hey, cat is here.
She doesn't want to. Come on, come. The
Go
cat.
scratch Joy. Go give her toxoplasmosis.
You know this cat loves me. Come here. Come on, baby.
Kitty gives you toxoplasmosis. Gonna check if it's rolling. Yes, it's
Can
rolling.
you see the kitty?
Kitty gives Joy toxoplasmosis. I'm gonna come closer so you can see Kitty too.
Kitty.
Joy already non-consensually touched the cat.
I did.
And the cat was like, no.
The cat was like, no, but then I said, I was very gentle, and then she came and we were best friends forever.
I don't know
Look,
about
that's
that.
why she's back. She wants cuddles
That's
again.
true. That's true.
But he's on this, like, if we were to, he's on this side, so like.
No, I just kind of want the cat to verbally go touch me, and then but dogs are different.
Oh,
This
wow,
is
the
so
dogs are
cool.
here.
Like this is the coolest environment
very
I've
Turkey.
ever recorded a
This
podcast
is very
in.
Turkish.
The only time I did one I haven't uploaded is still on a bike. Video podcast on a bike while moving in the city. And I don't know if anyone's done that, but I do want to break a Guinness World Record for that.
I think that's what we're doing right now. Oh, you mean by drinking Guinness or by?
No.
No, I'm joking.
No, I
I'm
think
from
I think
America.
Jason Momoa did that. Dude, awesome.
What is
They
happening?
almost stepped on the mic. Yeah.
There's
J-
corn. There's people selling drinks. There's cats.
I've-
Like, guys, this
I
is.
think if there is a Guinness World Record for drinking Guinness, it goes to Jason Momoa, the guy who played
Oh, I
Khal
know
Drogo.
Jason Momoa.
Oh, I know.
I know who he is. Joker.
That was charged.
Yes,
that
was charged. Jason Momoa.
Yeah. So what do you think about which of these out of the cities you visited, which city had the best comedy scene?
Oh no, I don't think there's a best. I think there's just every scene was unique. I would say Budapest was the most, but it was New Year's Eve and Christmas, but it was the most loving. I
Yeah.
felt like, am I right? It felt the most supportive.
I think so because, to be honest, I don't know if you I think you also no I yeah.
Yes. Don't be honest.
I want to say
with
you
me, though.
approached the right people also.
That was. I feel like that's. I do
You
feel.
bring it closer a little. I
Oh,
think.
sorry.
I think. Yeah.
This is a very California thing to say, but I definitely think it's like an energy thing. Like
Yeah.
energy, like attracts like, and I feel
Yeah.
like I really loved meeting you and
Yeah.
Hannah, and then I got like in the fold,
Yeah.
and then I got to go to New Year's Eve with you guys. It was amazing. But everyone there seems like so. It's a smaller community, but it's energetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Bratislava's scene is so small that they have to go to Vienna
Yeah.
to like really fulfill like what they want to do, and then Vienna is so much bigger. But and it's it was that one. That scene was really cool, but it was like all over the like. I
Yeah.
feel they're figuring themselves out. Like they're a step behind, like say Prague that has their first comedy club. Prague
Yeah.
just got their first comedy club like 5
Or
months
like
ago.
like a full-time club.
Like a full-time
every
club.
night there's a in
Like-
English,
Every night, English or Spanish or
not Czech.
or in German or
So it's not Czech. So did
oh,
they?
I'm sorry, in Prague. I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
said no. I mean, in Berlin has the same thing. Prague or in Czech, yes.
Yeah. So
exactly.
they do. Oh, that's really cool. I don't know if like here in Turkey there's so many nights, but I'm really looking forward to it. But I think the format is different. Like with the open mics are at 5 p.m.
yeah,
on
that's true.
Saturday.
No,
We
yeah,
do Wednesday night, because usually 5 p.m. Saturday, Budapestians, they drink and shit.
I kind of like that it's at 5 p.m. here because then there's a professional show right after it usually. That like
Yeah.
5 p.m. is the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then 7 p.m. is the show. 5 p.m. is open mic, and then 7 p.m. is the show.
Yeah.
And then in
And you have to buy tickets for the open mics?
no.
Okay,
No, I
good.
don't
Because
think so.
there was one show where it was like you should buy tickets for it, and I was like, I'm doing I'm not one of those people who goes with my experience. I'm like humble comic, give me 5 minutes, so then you'll see what I'll do, right? But I don't bring up like I've killed it in front of an audience of 1,000 at Siget Festival. Like I don't bring that up.
So
but
you're not
but,
American. I'm
no,
kidding.
but
That's what
I
Americans
do think maybe like do they know I can do a 1.5 hour of a set? Like
But
I'm
you
not
don't
in a
need to do
mood to do.
1.5 hours.
I know, but
Can
but
you do an
but
hour
just
and a
I
half?
want to earn it from the beginning. I don't go because there are some people who come to Budapest and they do give their experiences, and we do give them longer sets, 30 minutes,
You guys
and
were
and
very
we
nice.
do
You
give them
offered-
money.
You offered me time, but
Yeah.
I think the community in Europe kind of starts to know each other. You know that somebody you trust says this person can do
Yeah,
your headline.
because we
know.
all know each other. Like I saw that you went to Amsterdam. You know Luana,
I didn't go to Amsterdam.
but you know Luana, the Romanian girl who lives in Amsterdam. She's also very fucking funny.
Luana, maybe she was in Berlin.
Mate, yeah, Luana Mate, she's super fucking funny.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out.
I think what we do in Europe is really cool because we are all supporting each other,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
we built one community. And now my Instagram has all these comments from all around the world. So when a
Yeah.
comic follows me and I see, for example, I know Kurosh and Maya and Luana and Sia are following that person, I'll automatically call Tosif and be like, pull my. How do you call it? Strings and be like, hey, can you give these people like whatever?
I
like,
know, but that's so great. It's exactly what should be happening. That's
Yeah.
the way the comedy community was when I came up in Austin, Texas. I loved the Austin stand-up scene when I came up because everybody, the weirdos, we were embraced. The talented people were embraced, and the people that were succeeding always gave people opportunities. The people that were succeeding faster. It was amazing. I think
Yeah.
I like this. That's how I love seeing the world. I love going into a comedy community because I know that there's people who are thoughtful and care about the world.
Yeah,
And-
and especially I think the guy who runs our scene right now, Tausif,
Tosef
from
is,
Bangladesh,
killing it.
is a also very nice guy.
Yeah.
I would recommend watching the episode we shot with him, but he's a very nice guy who genuinely he goes out of his way sometimes being nice to random people even. So it's
And he's
it's
funny.
Really,
He riffs like nobody's business. It reminded me like I used to riff like that all the time. And Now, I'm out of practice, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's
I
just
think COVID made me out of practice for a hot second. But
yeah.
no, not really.
I feel like that too, maybe. But,
yeah,
but the thing is, I don't like with comics who have a solid set and just rely on that. Like I do have jokes and sets, but I don't like. That's not really you don't develop the muscle that way. Like I would like to just go if I'm doing a 10-minute set. I just want to have nothing with me and just talk with the crowd and work on that muscle. You know, of how your brain is constantly thinking what to come up with, which I think I've had. I don't think it's anyone's like they go to improv craft. Like you got this Tempe improv in the East Coast and stuff that apparently is like the mecca of like how they improv. I don't really believe in methods because I think a lot of us who are good at improv, we developed it at a very early age. We were the class clown. We were the people who just immediately when the teacher said something, we wanted to turn it into some funny. And that's how our brain works. Even now when I'm like at a hospital, I'm sick. And the nurse says something.
That's your example.
Yeah, because I've actually done that because
I've done that too.
They have to do this cardiology test where they and I have a Middle Eastern carpet, Arabian.
Don't get jealous.
I will show you the world.
He's like giving his resume so that you'll get in on it.
Shining, simmering, splendid.
I have a hard palpitation. Who wants this? Who wants this?
Yeah. But and then they would they would peel it off and then my things and I just immediately go. If I knew we were gonna get so close, I would have shaved. And the nurses and everyone were laughing their asses off, and I was like, I didn't mean to say it in the funny way. It's just out of anxiety. It just came out of me, and it's
also out of it's actually releasing attention. You know, it's releasing the anxiety because it's like, people always feel uncomfortable, and then no one says it. That's why I love comics because they are the ones that are like, guys, is nobody gonna talk about the elephant in the room? Like this is nuts. I love that,
and I hate that. When people tell you what to joke with and what not to joke with, sometimes, obviously it's like, I don't know, 9/11 happens, don't fucking joke with it within a year, okay? Like, that's insensitive. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking how people, like, in times of trauma, like, let's say trauma that involves me, my country, let's say, right?
Yeah, well, no,
I like to process it my fucking way, and that doesn't mean I don't care about it. It's just, I don't believe I think if we just sit down and cry about everything, we've lost.
No,
we've allowed them.
There's an incredible documentary on HBO. It's called Hi. There's a dog coming over. Come on, buddy. Oh, hello. You want to be in the podcast?
Do you want to be in the podcast?
Are you getting up here? Come on. Come over here. Yeah.
Do you trust these guys?
I don't know. He's just a baby.
Do I want to get rabies rabies?
He's tagged.
I almost said rabbi. No.
Hi, I know. Is it yours? Arch. Look, he's got his little thing on. See, I never touch dogs here.
Yeah, don't.
But he seems friendly.
There's true.
He seems like he just wants some snuggles.
Is it
what's it? Do you speak?
Friendly? Are Kurdish good or no? No, okay.
He doesn't know.
Okay.
Oh, he's so friendly. Look at him. He's just sitting. You guys can't see it, but he's just sitting in the middle of the street.
Yeah, and licking his dick.
His balls. Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
I wish I could do that
I wouldn't have to look for a sexual partner anymore if I could just do that.
And then have people come up and pet you and touch you, be like, "Oh, you're so adorable."
While I'm sucking my own dick.
Oh, that's so sweet, so cute. What a sweet baby.
Do you know the story where it was a misconception or a fable that they said that Marilyn Manson took out a rib so he can do that?
Ugh, I don't know.
It's not true.
It's not true because even with your one rib missing, you can't do that.
You can make a woman from a rib of a. God did that.
Oh yeah, that's true. You can make a woman, but you can't suck your own dick. That's the difference. So.
I'm just joking on the absurdity of the story of woman being made. It's like first we made man, and then we took a rib,
and then we tried to suck our own dick,
and made the woman out of the rib.
Yeah, that's
what the fuck.
I don't know. There's so many stories. I don't know which one's true. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so many. That's just the Bible.
Yeah. You know what? Let's come up with a feminist religion in which men are made from women's ribs.
But somebody will. truth be told, somebody will in the next 1,000 years.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's make
Like-
a religion where men have to wear hijab.
Yeah, and because women have been. It's like no, they will.
Yeah.
Because if this is the way people are treated, unfortunately, they want retribution, and it will turn around. And I think that's what men are scared of.
Yeah.
They're scared of it. It's like white people in America are scared of
Yeah.
brown people and.
Where do you think
because-
sexism comes from? What is the source of it? Where was the
Well, to me-
first time when men went, let's take over?
I have an opinion on that for sure, and to me, it's cavemen and women. It's before we had
Civilization.
Before we were civilized. It's like cats and dogs. It's like
They don't seem to have sexism though.
cats and dogs.
Yeah, I mean, like in
Oh,
the
you're
animal
right, you're
kingdom,
right.
like you see that with lionesses. Lionesses are badass. Like the dude just stays at home. It's basically a house husband, and the women go out there. They hunt. They do badass shit. And I've seen like times when when the male lion wants to have sex with the lioness and they don't want to. They will just scratch the shit out of the man, and the
Okay.
man is like,
You
they're
do
pussy
not.
whipped.
You do not want to watch cat sex. It's very, very non-consensual.
I've
It's very
heard
gross.
it.
It's awful. It's awful.
I've heard those noises, and
Yes.
I wanted to save them.
I know you do want to. It's so gross.
Yeah.
I saw it the other day. I was like, no. Sexism. I think it's. I don't know. I think it's because we are emotional and we have feelings, and women have to be pregnant, and the men have to go hunt and kill at the beginning, right? And then now men still can't be pregnant, so it puts us. We're very vulnerable when we're pregnant. Like
Yeah,
I think
that's a good point.
and I think that then you're looking after children and you have to breastfeed them, and so again it's like the women are focused on the little ones and the men is focused on everybody, so to speak, in terms of like having to hunt and kill and make food and all of this, but not anymore. That's where the beginning came from. So
Yeah, I think sexism is biological. But it's
yes,
our job to overcome it because
I
we're
agree.
not animals anymore. You know, like
Yes.
animals also kill. That's a
Yes.
part of their shit. But we should overcome it. And I think what happens is that there's this feelings where men become So male ego and testosterone, there's something to do with that.
Yeah, and
Really,
also it's the
like-
same with sexism. I mean, not sexism, racism.
Yeah.
I think the racism is like, you're not like me. I'm scared, and so now I have to protect and destroy you.
Yeah.
You know, or like it's land. Like you're taking over my resources, and I have to protect my land. And like it's like civilization helps us overcome that. It's like there's plenty of land, there's plenty of money. It's just you don't want to fucking share it with everybody else.
True, exactly. Like with women, it's like with sexism. It's like I think there's the testosterone, there's the male ego of like and nothing confirms male ego more than your survival, which is mating. That's what it is. It's very important. Like
Yeah, mating is-
biologically, I don't want to
mating is
have
survival.
kids, but if people are fucking you, you feel like I'm valuable,
Yes.
right?
Oh, yes.
So when that happens,
women and men both feel that way.
yeah, so you have your woman and you're protective of her. You don't want the other man to.
Yeah.
And that's I think where it comes from, where you look at women as an object to your ego. But we have to become aware of, we have these hormones, testosterone, whatever. We have this, and we're not animals anymore. And with the right education, we wouldn't be sexist. Even like we wouldn't even have the neural pathways for it. But the problem is, when we're kids in our schools, unfortunately, it's just the system is patriarchal to begin with. Like for example, let's say I'm not even gonna type.
And you want to come say hi?
Hello.
Hello.
Merhaba.
Merhaba.
Do you speak English?
Ben çok bilmiyorum.
No?
Yeah.
Do you speak Turkish?
Turkish?
Turkish yes.
Yes.
Yeah?
Say, there's a camera.
Say
Say hello.
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 Hoş geldin.
But see, to me, that even goes with what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like you have a curiosity and an excitement, and we support that, we honor that, we encourage it. And if you were like, hey, get away, and then you start to feel lower and lower, and then your emotions get angry, and then you become a hateful man or woman. It's the same. Like I do think. People always talk about in sexism that men are mean and awful to women, but if a woman is awful to a man, you're in big trouble. If a woman is awful to a boy when they're a child, Society's in big trouble.
I gotta talk about something. My experiences of dating in Europe. I think things are turning upside down. It's good. The pendulum swings, and we'll find an equilibrium at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the day, I remember there was this thing, especially in my country, where men were the ones who would just fuck and not have any emotions, and then brag about how many women have fucked and stuff.
Yes, yeah.
And there's this thing, like for example, body count thing. Which
yeah.
I'm gonna be
It's
honest.
American.
I've been insecure about it.
Yeah.
My body count is very low. I can count it with one hand. Let's say that, right?
But there's a body count for like if you have a body count
Yeah.
and you're a woman, then you should feel terrible.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't.
No, anything is fine.
It's a whatever.
0 is fine. 4 is
It
fine.
doesn't matter.
200 is fine.
It
As
doesn't
long
matter.
as you know what you're doing and do it safe. Like the only
Yes.
thing is like diseases and stuff. Be careful of that. But otherwise, like the stigma. But I remember going to school and half of the kids were lying, by the way. But the
I'm
boys
sure.
would call. I fucked him. This
And I'm
one."
like, who are
and
you
I was
fucking?
a virgin. I was
like
a
you're
virgin.
fucking all of these people,
Yeah.
and all the girls are like, I didn't fuck him, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
I lost my virginity at the end of 17.
I was 19.
Like 18 something.
I
Yeah.
was 19.
There you go. And we're cool people. Like, but I was so insecure of like too late. People have experienced more, and I've always been kind of a monogamous person. I really want to just be with one person, right?
That is amazing.
But then I always went like, am I missing out? Should I like? Maybe that's why I even like I don't know. I was in a good relationship for 5 years. I think the only reason I broke up was to just go fuck around, and it's not like I've been fucking around
I
town.
think you.
I did a little bit of it, and I was like, that it hurts because like, and what I realized is
Wait,
that
this
a
one?
lot of women in Budapest, at least, now they're the ones who are like. Like they would walk you, and then the next day, if you go like, "Hey, so are we like? Should you want to lay?" And it was like, "You're being ridiculous for even doing that." And they would go to their girlfriends and be like, "Yeah, I fucked this guy. I don't know, like I don't know, his penis was curved." And I was like, "Okay, this is fucked up, and it's okay to have a curved penis. Why am I saying so much about myself?
Half of the population has a curved penis.
It's just
like, what are we talking
It's
about?
just like 10 degrees."
It's 10 degrees.
And if
guys.
you have a curved
degrees.
penis, if I have a bit about it, I'm like, my penis is leaning to the left, but it's okay because it's in alignment with my political ideology. It's like, it's kind of center, a bit like when it comes to social issues,
left of center.
Yeah, left of center, like Bernie Sanders.
You have a
Like,
Bernie Sanders
yeah.
stick. That's how you get the ladies. You're just like, ladies, I don't know if you know this, but I have a Bernie Sanders
Yeah.
stick. So, and then that's what keeps
Hello,
me-
hi.
Hello.
Do you speak English? Arabic.
Arabic.
Okay.
Do you speak Arabic?
No.
No?
No. Sorry. Yeah.
We're going to invite them over to talk about their dicks.
No, I do want to. I actually do. I'm very hesitant to see if I want to talk to a local
Oh, yeah. Let's talk to a local.
about the
But
situation.
how much Turkish do you speak? Very
Just
little.
basic, yeah.
Okay.
I've been asking my sister like to tell me like the basics because I really want. I've only been here for a few days, but I really want to be respectful enough to when you
Yeah.
just say like fucking hello and goodbye and thank you and
Yes.
stuff in
I
Turkish
can
and
say
it
merhaba nasılsın?
yeah it makes a lot of
Nasılsın.
yeah at least
Is that
shows
right?
you.
How are you?
I don't know. that
Nasılsın?
one. Yeah, I think so.
Nasılsın. Yeah, something like
Worst person. I've been here 5 days now. So
that. I've been here 11 days.
yeah. So yeah, where were we? Yeah. So with sexism and then the body count or whatever. But the truth is that I think the pendulum's swinging because when I look at like Gen Zers, you see that these guys are so healthy. They don't have any of that because we grew up with like there was this American culture of High School Musical and all that. Like even
like
from back
inclusion. Like what do you mean? Like
just like.
like girls can want
They-
sex
they-
as much as
No,
They want-
no,
anybody
no,
can be
no.
gay,
Just
anybody can-
glorifying fucking around.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing with sexuality is anyone should be, as long as you are honest, open. You go to Berlin. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, like, I went to Berlin, the Berlin stand-up scene. I asked, I said, "Hey, what's the LGBTQ scene like here?" And they go, like the stand-up scene, and they're like, there is none because the whole city is LGBTQ plus. Like everybody, nobody cares, and everybody. There's a little girl, and we're talking about sexuality.
She won't understand it, so
Can
it's
you
fine.
see us?
She won't understand it,
Yeah,
so
she won't
it's
understand.
fine.
She's Turkish.
Yeah.
So. Okay, she went away.
Yeah.
But I think as long as again it's consent, and it's what do you call it? Like the exciting consent. It's
Yeah.
not just like okay. It's got to be like But I think if you want to be monogamous, I think some people are made to be more monogamous, and some people are made to be more polygamous, and
Yeah.
it's just you're finding the person that you're meant to be with, and same with I mean, gender, sexuality. You're like, I actually love all this stuff right now because who cares? Like,
Exactly.
just be who
Just
you
be
want to
you.
be. Like, that's what we're struggling with every single day in every single culture.
Yeah. Like, for example, um, so sorry, fuck, my train of thought went. Yeah, so with like so it's like, to me, having one night stands is not fun because it's not even good sex. Like, I love sex, right? Like a lot of people do.
I'm not convinced. No, I'm just kidding.
But it's like, if you have one night stands, it's like, first of all, you don't know each other. It's kind of sloppy first time. You might have been drunk and stuff to get it going, so you're not even sober doing it. You won't really remember what happened, you know. There is no emotional bond, and I just don't prefer that, you know. When you've been with someone, I don't know. I've been in one like super long relationship. I think that the sex just keeps getting better because you get to know
Then
someone. The
you-
emotion is very important.
You are a dream to somebody who wants to be in a relationship. See,
I know I'm a demisexual in a way. I
Demi?
think maybe
What's
demi is
demisexual?
like when you kind of get turned on by personality and emotions more. Like, if I
Ah.
feel like I do need to also be attracted physically, but that's not kind of enough.
Yeah.
And I can't just like go fuck for the sake of fucking. I need to really bond with someone,
Mhm.
and then I become obsessed. And then for the next 6 months,
And then you're
I'm
outside their window.
man,
all
I'm
night.
oblivious to people. Like, there have been people from comedy nights that like hit me up and stuff. I'm like, nah, fuck that shit. Hello, hi.
Hello.
Hi. Where are you from?
Mexico.
Hey.
Hola.
Hola.
¿Qué tal?
Do you know Mexico? Do you know Mars Volta?
Who?
It's my favorite band, Mars Volta from Mexico. Anyways,
There's lots of there's a lot more Latinos visiting Europe than I thought.
everybody.
Yeah, lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in Berlin.
We're the problem, though.
Hello.
Hello.
Merhaba.
Merhaba.
Do you speak English?
No. I don't know. I wish
What
we had
does
a
she
translator.
say?
I don't know.
Do you speak a
Hello.
little English? A little English?
No. What they don't.
She says, "What are you doing?"
Joy is being a colonizer. She's coming to
I'm-
other countries. It's like, speak my language.
No.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I know.
She was like, Joy just said, oh, I love taking photos of kids. I was like, Joy, let me tell you something. As a brown guy in Istanbul, I can't even go near kids. I hope they don't press the stop
I
button.
want the children that are staring at us to get into the film industry. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I do
Yeah.
like taking pictures of kids and cats and dogs and little things, and it's so sweet.
Yeah.
It's
Think-
so sweet.
Hello.
Aw.
Oh, man.
I
They're
wish
cool.
we could talk to them.
Yeah. But I kind of get their point. Like, I've not seen one Turkish person that we've talked with
Yes,
Mexico
it's true,
and
but
some
this
Russian
that's
people.
what I love about Istanbul and New York, and
No.
you were saying Tehran. I don't know if Tehran's like this, but like I love the big
No, it's
cities.
not.
Like
Unfortunately, they don't come anymore. It used to.
and I love Houston's like this. It's just people are from everywhere, and in their communities, they just kind of exist
No.
together. I
But
like
some
it.
cultures don't like I don't think they like it. Like, I think right now, if Iran, like, their doors are open, our people are so ready for all sorts of people.
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, even the United States, one of the wealthiest countries in the world, they had that. They had people overcrowding the hospitals and things
Yeah.
like this too. Actually, they had people just stay at home and die. That was very sad.
Was insane. And also, this whole point was insane. Like, I'm neurodivergent, you guys know. Claustrophobia can be a big deal for me. Really, panic attacks, vomiting, I can't eat. It's crazy that I couldn't leave the house. It was like you couldn't leave the house.
Budapest?
Yeah, after
Oh,
6
good
or
Lord.
7. And there were military patrolling the streets.
Oof.
And my friend was jokingly saying this is the most action Hungarian military has had since World War II.
That's good though.
Yeah,
That's good.
but it's such a, I don't know, it's not a, I understand, and I thank you government. I really appreciate. I'm just very respectful. Don't deport me again. But I just don't get it that we
You
should
should-
also take care of mental health. You know, I mean, I eventually got a letter from my psychiatrist that I can do that, but I'm not gonna go to the, like, imagine the military people are stopping me. I'm not gonna bring out my, hey, I have this super Western diagnosis. Like, they don't give a fuck. Or, but you could walk your dog. That was also like
people
allowed.
were getting everybody else's dog.
But only one person at a time. I think
Yeah,
you could walk your dog. Yeah.
I keep saying in the United States, the next platform for president should be run on mental health. I mean, clearly Donald Trump is mentally ill. Clearly these dictators are mentally unhealthy, and people need to start recognizing that it's not just someone's personality and the government. But I don't want people to abuse it on the other side. But it's true. I mean, like, these people are not healthy. They're not
Yeah.
sane. These governments are not treating people with love and kindness and asking questions about what they need and how they can help. They're just doing what they want to do, and to me that's a mental health issue.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
There's my cat.
Oh man. Yeah, no, you touched upon a good topic, but do you think a mental health president running can satisfy the oil companies and the weapon manufacturers? And that's the problem, because like you had great people, right? Bernie. If I was American, I would have voted for Bernie.
Well, it's because with respect to the Democrats, I mean, of course I want a female for president, but I want the right female, and
Exactly.
I don't really, I just want the right person for president. I don't care who they are. But the Democrats kind of pushed Hillary to be the candidate, and I don't know, maybe Bernie could be president if he was pushed.
That's what
I don't
happened,
know.
because listen, all of I don't have any say. I can't criticize America, and I think with this one I rightfully can, because Hillary's policies are really affecting my region. Like, it's true. Jimmy Carter wrote in his book that CIA has done a lot of psyops in Iran and stuff. Anyways,
he knows way more than me about
because
American
it's our
history.
rhetoric. Like, you
No,
don't.
it's true.
Obviously, you don't give a fuck about how many things CIA has done where else in the world. But I'm sure we all have our stories. I studied American. Is it
That's
recording?
good.
Perfect. I studied American history. I'm in love with American history and America, and I think America is a country that I respect so much because it represents. I'm a American history nerd, and I think it represents a lot of.
Well, it's doing its best
A
to be
lot of
a
good things, which
capitalist
is
democracy.
a freedom. Yeah.
It's doing
And
its
capitalism,
best.
freedom of market,
Yeah.
freedom of speech. These are things that I really respect to America. Just a second.
What, this one?
Hello.
Hello. Do you?
Hello.
Oh.
Do you speak English? No.
No.
We can't
That girl.
find
That
anyone.
girl just ran away from
No,
us.
and those guys are totally foreigners. Yeah, you speak
You
English.
speak English.
You're Turkish.
Are you Turkish?
Do you? Would you? We record the internet show. Do you like to? Is it
You
okay?
can sit here.
Here, because is it okay if we film you and we talk with you?
Why not? Yeah.
Hello.
Okay. Hello.
And what is your name?
My name is Hassan.
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 What is your name?
I'm Ramin.
Where do you come from?
I'm from Iran.
Iran.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think about people being from Iran here?
It's because this is our next door neighbors. That's why it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that which TV is that?
No, it's a YouTube.
YouTube.
Internet. Yeah, podcast. Yeah.
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 I'm Joy. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, Joy's from America.
I'm from United States.
Yeah.
What do people think about United States here?
It's nice. We like every country people. You know what I mean? Everybody is human. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And every country they help each other.
Yeah.
It's much better. You know what I mean?
I think that the people, they
So,
want to
so
help
Hassan, Fenerbahce or Galatasaray?
I'm saying Fenerbahce because
Fenerbahce.
my team is Fenerbahce.
is that a soccer?
Yes, but Galatasaray has won more in history, more championship.
But at the game, always one winner all the time. You know what I mean? Which team doesn't matter. Always have to be one winner. You know,
Yeah.
doesn't matter which team.
He has such
you know?
a good heart. You have such a good heart, Hassan.
Yes, you're a very nice person,
Yes.
Hassan. Yes,
Yes.
yes. And I really like, as general, Turkish people are really cool people, really nice people, really.
Very welcoming.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we come from very old century people. You know,
Yeah.
we come from old culture, so that's why we keep in our culture always. You know what I mean? So because all the cultures start from Turkey. Turkey is a very historical country. You know what I mean?
yes.
So because Turkey is the middle of the world. Turkey heart of the world.
It is
you know?
it is the kind of the middle.
Yeah.
It's
Asia,
yeah, it's like
Asia,
this-
Europe.
Yeah.
Two different continents connecting to each other in Turkey, in Istanbul.
Yeah.
Because also Istanbul, 3 different islands.
Yeah.
One part at the Asian side, the other 2 part at the European side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Turkey, Istanbul, middle of the world, heart of the world. You know what I mean? So everybody loved Turkey.
Yes.
Yeah.
And were you raised in a village or Istanbul?
I'm born here.
In
Yeah,
Istanbul.
In Istanbul. Yeah.
What have you seen? What are the changes over the years that you've seen?
Turkey is now getting more modern. We
More
building
Modern.
modern.
Hmm.
We are more building the country on the also city, and we are more doing developing,
I see this.
So if you seen all the bridge, all the airports, transport, because the Turkey geographical is very important at the geography.
Yes.
So Asia and Europe they connecting in Turkey in Istanbul. Yeah.
And I tell you, Hassan, I've traveled. Joy has traveled to Europe and in other countries, and Turkey has the best food in the world.
Yeah.
Number one food. Like everything is so delicious.
It's making me healthy too. You have healthy food here.
Yeah, of course. Also, I travel a lot too. I've been Europe, Canada. I live in Australia. You know what I mean? And
Canada doesn't have any food.
You said Australia very well. He said it like Australia. He
yeah,
said it like an Australian.
yeah, that's right. Because I've been there a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which country has the best food after besides Turkey?
Of
You tried it, like,
always I like my country food. Is best.
well, after
Maybe
that, after that.
Italy.
After that is some I try Thai food. Thai.
That's a good
yeah,
choice.
Thai,
Yeah. I would go from Asian foods. I would go with Korean. Korean is really good too. You know kimchi?
Kimchi, sushi is nice.
Oh, sushi.
Yeah. Because I was in Japan also. I ate some sushi because Japanese people they eat in always fish.
Yeah.
Fish very delicious. Yeah.
Where are the most beautiful women in the world?
More Sweden,
Sweden.
Finland. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you like blonde people. You like
He's a
joy.
good man.
You
He's
like
a good
joy.
man.
You
He's a
like
good
joy.
Good man, he knows.
Okay. Yeah, Joy, we found you a Turkish husband.
I
maybe.
did. Thank goodness. Thank goodness this happened.
You don't know, like a Google. You don't know who you're gonna meet where.
Yeah.
True.
Like
true.
Google Map.
My sister, she's blonde and she married a Turkish man.
Yeah, possible. Yeah.
Yes, she did. She did.
Possible because the world is mixed. World is become a half-breed.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's true. I love it. That's my favorite part about traveling.
Is it?
Romance.
Romance. Yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
The Turkish man with a cute Australian girl.
Oh yeah. Hello. Yeah, I speaking with some people next to me. They are on the YouTube channel.
United States
Yeah.
and
Iran.
Iranian guy and the lady she come from United States.
And we're friends.
So I'm chatting with them. Yeah. I'll see you after, buddy. Man. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Because the world says that America and Iran have problems, but we don't have. Like
We don't have
most
problems.
Americans I met and Iranians, we're friends. We get along, and it's just things that politicians say. Oh, this guy is Israel, this bad. But truth is, when you meet people, most of us are similar. We talk and we're friends.
I'm trying to occupy his apartment, but he is trying to push me out. But
That's Palestine.
Yeah,
That's not
oh.
us. That's a different.
I'm trying.
You see, if anything happening, the whole world become together. Like earthquake happen, you know what I mean, is disaster, something, you know what I mean. Then because everybody human, they have to help each other, you know what I mean.
Joy was actually helping raise money for the earthquake here.
Yes, more so my sister, but yes, I did. I tried to help.
That's
and-
why she came, and I came because I used to live in Majaristan, Hungary, and I had my visa problem.
You
and
can-
be here for 2 months. I'm here my 5th day.
Do you have a Turkish woman he can marry? Do you know anybody?
Because up to God,
It's up to God.
You know
Okay.
which one you're gonna meet under everything under his hand, under his control, yeah.
I'm too young. I wanna work now. Work, and then later, in my 40 years old, I'll marry then.
Oh, but you can't control that. You know, you
No,
think you
I'm
say
a
that, but it
career.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you are lucky, you met like which lady you like your type, your size, and then you like
Size doesn't matter.
yeah, you like and you love, is you can get married. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you have to like each other.
So you have did you have good parents, mom and dad?
Yeah, I got big family here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they have a loving son.
Yes, yes. Now, like I got my relative here, maybe more than 5,000 people in my relative. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And you're what?
In my family,
In
we
your
got
family?
maybe more than 5,000 people in here.
5,000?
Yeah.
5,000 people in your family.
Yeah, in my family, maybe more than that.
What do you like your brother, sister, cousin?
Are you the Targaryens?
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, can I ask, what do you do? Did you travel for work to Japan and everywhere, or for vacation, or what do you do?
Yeah, I travel and I work, and yes, which opportunity I got in my hand, I follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And can I ask, what is
I'm the
your
same.
job? You cannot say if you don't feel comfortable.
No, why not? I'm telling you, everybody have to do some job, some work, what I mean? Then for survive, what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was doing in Australia, I was doing transport company I was working. Then after I opened my own kebab business, what I mean?
Nice.
boss.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Good. So you know how to make the
Yeah.
good. food.
Also, I used to sell rug, flying carpet.
Yes.
And yeah,
Yeah, I have one.
I
yeah.
only want the
Yeah.
flying one.
Hassan, there is
Say-
one
say-
carpet here.
yeah,
on
yeah.
my-
Same thing I do here. I sell carpet to all the overseas people when they visit Turkey. I sell them handmade rug. Yeah,
Hey, where are the rugs made? What city?
it's made from different village. Yeah. Yeah.
Where's your carpet store?
Nearby here, not far.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
That's like a plug, a shout out for the
Yeah.
carpet store. What's it
Yeah.
called?
What's it called?
It's called Öztürk rug.
Öztürk carpet.
Yeah.
Go visit if you're in Istanbul, you want to buy carpet, go to Öztürk shop. Best carpets ever.
Best carpet we know.
Yeah. He will give you discount. We will haggle with them. Say promo code Portals To Terra. 20% discount. And Hassan, did you know that in Iran people are big fans of Ibrahim Tatlisi?
Yeah, the singer. is-
And Tarkan. Tarkan and Ibrahim Tatlisi, big fans.
yeah, music is international.
Yeah.
Like a Madonna or Elvis Presley. All the
Oh,
other things.
okay. Yeah.
It's very even in Europe is very famous Tarkan. I see sometimes in the shopping malls you hear like Tarkan songs playing, like the one that is go dun 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 dun, like that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're at an hour. Do you want to do more or?
No, I'm gonna go to see.
Okay.
my cousin there, yeah.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
thank
much.
you
Do you
so
have
much,
do you have
Hassan.
wait, do you have one last thing to say to the people of the planet? One message.
You can come to Turkey. You see Turkey. You see the Turkish culture in here, historical places. Turkey, very nice, beautiful country, is good for you. You can come to see different lifestyle here, and Turkish people like the foreigner. Welcome to Turkey.
Thank you, Hassan. We love you, man. We love you.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you
love you.
so
Thank
much.
you, Hassan.
Have a good day.
Have a beautiful day. Oh, I love him.
I love that. It was so good. It was such a good representation of Turkey. This is the reality, guys. You see, the problem is that when there's like 10% of people who are racist, they stand out.
Yes.
But you don't see that most people are nice. Like same with Iranians. Like Iranians abroad, we have garbage Iranians, right? But they're not all of us. But they're the ones you see, and they're the ones you remember. Or like, I don't know, maybe with Americans, there's
Yeah.
stereotypes and stuff. But
Yeah.
but you don't think about like all the people who are like not like that, and they're just like
His
being,
heart was so big.
Yeah.
He didn't even he was like, whoever wins the soccer game. I mean, who says
yeah,
that? That's so
I love
sweet.
him. And also I think the fact that he traveled is because to be honest, like I see Iranian people in Iran who haven't traveled,
Oh,
They're
same.
so right wing. They
And same
think
with America.
we have an empire
Yeah.
of 4,000 years. The Afghans shouldn't come here.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't take And I'm like, motherfuckers, just go live in Europe for 1 year, and
Yes.
you will understand what
Not
I'm
only
talking
this,
about.
this is what I always say, like, send your kid, like, no matter what, try to get anybody to send their kids to college in another country, because as soon as they fall in love with somebody from another country,
Yeah.
then you realize there are no boundaries.
Yeah, and
And
I've
it's beautiful.
and then my love for Turkey comes from some of the actually when I went to Budapest, the first international friends I met. So day 2 that I entered Budapest, one of my favorite bands. Hello. Merhaba. One of my favorite bands, Anathema, had a gig in Budapest. So I just like, it was my second day in Budapest. I don't know anybody, and I'm just going to this show. And on my way, I see 2 Turkish people and a Austrian girl who are going to the same concert, and we become friends. And I'm gonna meet one of them tomorrow. John,
What,
shout
here?
out. Yes, she's here, and
That's
we're
so
still friends. It's
crazy.
been 10 years. We're
That's so
still friends.
crazy.
And or another shout out to Kemal from Comedy Scene. Some of my greatest friends are Turkish, and we get along a lot because I think there is something with us that we are in this part of the world, but we are our own things. Like we're not in the like I'm not saying we're not like in the Arab culture. We're not, but we're just unique unicorns, misunderstood by the world. Both I think Turkish and Persians, and in that sense of like there is Islam, there is secularism, there is like it's a mixed bag of like stuff, and that's I think what makes Turkey beautiful. And if just like I don't know how it is, but if people understand that this is the beauty of Turkey, that there are seculars, there are people with hijab, without hijab,
I have to tell you,
all sorts of people.
when I first came to Turkey, the first day, I'm living above a restaurant. No one will let me pay for tea. They're just like, no, you are a guest in our country, and people help me carry my luggage, and just really very generous, very kind. And I think also it's because of the kindness that we bring as travelers, and it's so important to. I think it's so important in some ways to just represent our cultures,
Yeah.
right? Because people meet an Iranian, they meet an American, they meet somebody from another country, and there's all this kindness, and
Yeah.
then they think like, "Wow, people are kind."
Yeah.
And I think even when people are assholes to an extent, I think showing them kindness, because it's not even me that they're being an asshole to.
Yeah.
They just somebody was mean to them, and then they think they need to do this. And if you can't see kindness, you can't show kindness. So I believe that.
Yeah, but just for research purposes, just academic. You know how I've been studying for so long that at the end of your paper you write the limitations
Yeah.
of the study and the sample.
Except for this.
No, what I want to say about our population sample of this research we just did
There is a
is that
population
people
sample.
who approach 2 random foreigners, they most likely aren't from the you know what I mean? Like, what are the odds that we
true.
get the? So
True.
it's more like a kind of a bias. You should send a Turkish person go out and just like. But I actually was watching Hassan Abi, do you know Hassan Piker, YouTuber?
I'm not sure.
no,
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, do you know Young Turks?
Yes,
Cenk
yes.
Uygur.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't like Cenk, but he's Cenk's nephew, who is a political streamer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching his super left and stuff, and I was watching him react to a video of Turkish people when they asked them like which country do they not like, and actually most people were saying the same thing that Hassan is saying. Like out of the 20 people they talked to, 2 of them, one of them said Iranians because they don't wash their ass and they eat with their hands. Totally not true. We have hoses in every toilet. That's the only part of Iranian culture. You can criticize whatever you want. We wash our asses, okay? We have hoses in every toilet, and we don't eat with it. We invented forks back in the Persian Empire, okay? We invented forks, okay? So that's not like historically not true.
I don't
And the
always
other
wash
guy
my
was
ass.
just saying Greece. The other one said Greece because that's loaded. But it turns out that like out of the 20, 18 of them were just like Hassan. They were like, no, we love everybody, whatever. And should we wrap it up slowly?
Sure.
Was it good?
It was.
Do you think we achieved what we achieved?
I should be funnier, but
No,
it was
there's no
It
pressure.
was a deep conversation.
I just
today,
did an
so-
episode with Anna, Well, I uploaded an episode that I've done with Anna back when you were here, and I just uploaded it, and it was just not funny really. I could get a couple of funny clips for a minute out of it, but most of it was we just talked about mental health, and it was dark and fucked up, and we talked about the war in Ukraine.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it can be anything. I want to tap into what people have to say. So if you feel like we brought Tosif, he couldn't be serious for 1 fucking minute. I asked him anything. He said something funny. He took this mic and he was like, "This is the mic Martin Luther King spoke." And I was like, "Yeah, my gear is so shitty. ISIS beheading videos have better equipment than I do, honestly." Yeah.
Wait, I do a shout out to Sarah Silverman, who had one of the funniest jokes after 9/11. She goes, you know what? I'm going to butcher it, but she was like, you know what? Fuck you, Osama bin Laden, because you're mine now. Why? Because I have OsamaBinLaden.com, OsamaBinLaden.org, OsamaBinLaden.co. Yeah, who's your bitch now?
Sarah Silverman, I loved her when
She's
she
so
was
funny.
more insensitive because we
She
knew.
still can be insensitive.
No,
in a
because
good
she's
way.
going to. Yeah, but she was like she's so apologetic about some jokes she made, and I'm like, Sarah, you were always on such a loving side. We never doubted that you're. But she
I
had
know.
one joke about rape.
Yeah, I know that joke.
You know that joke?
Yeah.
Which is dark but fucking funny, and I know why she keeps apologizing about it. But and I know that it's wrong, even the state. But I can't not laugh at that joke. I never was the one who said it. Now that I said it to a camera, I
Yeah, no,
realize
now you
why
feel.
Sarah apologized. I now want to apologize.
I know.
I apologize. I'm gonna cut this out. I'm gonna beep this out.
But that's the
I'm
whole.
gonna put some Ibrahim Tatlissi on this because Ibrahim Tatlissi at this point is copyright free. I think because if music is older than 30 years, it's copyright free.
I think it's 100 years.
Oh fuck! Can I do? Who can I play? Beethoven.
You can play Happy
I'll
Birthday.
put some
Happy
Mozart
birthday.
on it.
Where do you wave? Hello.
Do you want to come?
Come.
Do you want to come talk to us? Do you speak English? Turkish. Okay.
He speaks English.
Okay.
He's terrified of us.
Yeah, we wanted to get more people.
I wanted to get more cats, so I have cat treats in here, but they didn't come. I know I was trying to get that one, but I was not too.
So Joy, what we wrap it up with is that there is this line that you have to say.
Okay.
You have to say.
I
First of all,
have
do you
to
have?
say
Yes, you have to
consent.
close this. It's actually some people don't like saying it. You have to say. First of all, do you have anything to say to the aliens? What is all your life that you've lived? What is that one message that you have for aliens
What I've learned
about humans on Earth?
What I've learned, aliens, about humans on Earth, is that we're here to experience all the emotions, the sadness, the happiness, the. I hope you don't have to experience like the extremes of it, and unfortunately, many people do. But I really believe. What do I want to say? It's such a challenge to say this, but
It's okay to feel whatever you feel.
it's okay to feel whatever you feel. And actually, I wish kind of like when we grew up, like our parents would say to us, there are going to be some really dark days and you're going to be okay, because there are the happy days as well. There are the good times. And I don't think that there's like, I think the striving for happiness, I think it's more like striving for balance, for peace, and I think that we have to feel everything.
I think what this Joe Rogan said this, and it really helps me, is that if you look at your life as a movie, it makes everything easier. Just think it's a pre-written movie. You just have to live it. Because the illusion of control that we have, that we constantly want to fix it, even our feelings, that we feel bad, we're like, how do I fix this? How do I make me feel happy? Joy, see, this is why we don't pet these dogs.
But he doesn't. He must have had an experience with someone who looked like him. The dog was barking, and he was mad at this man just for being the man.
PTSD,
Maybe he's got a sixth sense of that guy's an asshole. We don't know.
maybe sexist. Anyways,
Sexist
well,
against
maybe
men.
that was racism. No, but
Then he hates white men with glasses.
But yeah, but to that we try to fix our feelings. But whatever happens, whatever you feel, if you can be there with it and accept that
you have to be there with it. If you're
you
not
do
there
your
with
best,
it,
but you
yes.
don't. You're not God. You don't. You can't. You don't have any power. And that's, I think, at the end of it, what every religion sort of wants to preach. And I think Islam comes from. It means to surrender. And that one thing I agree with all the religions is to surrender to the higher power, to surrender to um
But
now
if
I'm
you
not talking religious, even in AA, in Alcoholics Anonymous, they do talk about a higher power. It doesn't have to be a god or whatever. But
So I feel the physical act of surrendering is literally just sitting, putting your feet on the ground, feeling the ground, closing your eyes, and just being quiet. In a sense, meditation to me is so important and so relevant because if you can just sit still and you can just feel, and then if all of a sudden you just start crying or you just feel the anger, if you can just feel it, then I feel like that helps whatever it is dissipate. And then if you can feel and have a memory of what joy feels like, then it's
Joy.
like exercise in some ways. Like if you can let go and then feel joy because you have memories of joy, you can recall memories of joy. I think that
I have memories of joy from Budapest when I
he has memories of joy.
stupid.
No, it's but no. I think it's we're and we're all. If I can say as well, we're all in this together. Nobody's not feeling what somebody else is feeling. Everybody's feeling the same emotions, and
Yeah.
we think we're alone. And the minute you think you're alone, just put yourself on the other person. Look at them. Try to see what they feel. Try to consider what they feel, and then they can. If you can see somebody else, then they will be able to see you.
And you don't even need to convince them of your way. Just understand. If
Yeah.
whatever it is, even I with racism, I try to do that. I try to be like, where do you come from? Like I was trying to do right now. Like to justify that we're all human. Nobody really wants to hate. Nobody really wants
No.
to be bad. It's all love and peace, man. That was such a hip pop.
It is, but it is easier to say from a place of love. I mean, like we both come from families.
And we have comfort. Let's be honest. Like I'm from middle to upper middle class background.
Same.
So I can just sit here in my clothes and just say this shit with my Swatch watch on my hand. But you don't know how it feels like to be that kid near Karakoy, where we saw that
this little boy just
little
all
Syrian
by
kid
himself.
all by himself with no shoes and nothing. And we saw this other little girl who was the Turkish girl who was walking with her family. They were both the same age, like 8 or to 10. And that little girl asked her dad for money
To give to the little boy.
boy.
It was the sweetest gesture.
I don't know what that is, but we should stop killing that in our kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Because at some point that dies, like
And that came just from like just being a little child, but also from the parents allowing that. Hello, where are you from? Turkey and Germany. Hello.
I think we don't have time. I wanted
We're
to
so
dive into
serious.
that, but and they're a family, so fuck it. No,
I know.
Hassan had nothing to do. Like he clearly was just
Oh,
down.
Hassan was amazing.
Clearly was down. He was like taking a break from selling his carpets. And, hello, hi. Where are you
Where are
from?
you from?
Spain. Awesome.
Spain. Every time we hear Germany.
I love. Yeah.
Spain.
But this in Mexico because I fucking love Mexico. I so want to go to Mexico. I was so excited to see Mexico. Yeah. Because they have good rock music. Mars Volta, everybody check out. The Warning. They're like fucking like 20-year-old girls that do just like badass rock, Black Sabbath level. They're the kids who used to cover Metallica at age 10 and stuff. And Ellen DeGeneres gave them $10,000. And swear to God, they now open for Muse. It's a band I've been obsessed with. They're all Mexican because they have this Oriental, no, not Oriental, their own like they have this harmonic melody-esque that the Mexican thing is, but there's also rock, and they all have this like badass energetic. But anyways, you said meditation. I just want to also put this at the end of the episode that Sam Harris's Waking Up app has a scholarship thing. If you just Google them, you just email him. It's kind of hard to find, but you just have to say scholarship, whatever, and you send him the reason why you can't afford it. It can be anything. He'll give it to you. I've been doing it for 2 years because it can cost money, and I know you want to meditate, you want to start, and maybe you can afford it. If you can't afford it, support it then. But like sometimes I'm not in a financial state to be able to like
afford meditate.
afford like the app, which is like
the app.
$27 per month.
Oh, and he'll
Yeah.
give it to you.
And he'll give it to you for free. Like I have a 6-month scholarship now
I
for
think
free.
that's amazing. And
Yeah.
and honestly, even you can do that, but honestly, just put a timer on your phone for 60 seconds, and you will be surprised how hard it is to stay quiet and not open your eyes and stay still for 60 seconds. Try it for 30, try it for 60, then go up to 2 minutes, then go up to 5, and then go up to 10. Just you
I
would
think
be
it's hard
surprised.
though.
It's
I think
very
I've tried to
challenging.
do that before Samaris's app. I had a hard time doing it because
Of course.
somebody has to teach you, because you think meditation is being calm or being whatever. It was very hard for me to exactly grasp what he wants me to do. And he goes even a step further, like TM, and adds a little bit of philosophy to it. Like he does something where through meditation you realize that you are your senses, but you feel like your consciousness is in your head. But then he goes, then why? Because you feel it here, or you see from your eyes. So you close your eyes, you're not seeing anymore. Now, where are you? Are you in your head? Why? Because you have feelings here, but you also have feelings in your knees. So he does something that through practice you feel like, oh, I'm in my knees now. Then you go, I'm in my toes. Then you realize I'm everywhere because I'm feeling it, sensing it, right?
Yeah.
And then he says, now open your eyes and see what is light. Then you realize slowly that, oh, light is also a sense. Then you realize that's also me. Because if I'm at the center because I sense my needs, so I'm here. If I also sense that fucking trash can there or this dog here, I'm that too. And then you realize all of it is happening in the space of consciousness inside your head. And you know the Ouroboros line that goes, one is all and all is one. All is one and one is all, by it all and for it all. And if one doesn't contain all, then all is nothing. It's hard to
Ooh, I
unpack.
love that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same as there's no night without day, there's no day without night, there's no hate without love. Like, you can't know love without hate.
Yeah.
You can't know peace without aggravation. You can't know something unless there is an opposite to it,
Yeah.
right?
And that you and the world have a symbiotic relationship. You are you because of the world, and the world is the world because of you.
Yes.
And it's all one, and you're processing
Yes.
in your
And
head,
to
and
me-
you have everything in you, and that is God. Everything from
I think
this.
that's beautiful. I think that's the way I see the world.
I want to get it tattooed, but the Ouroboros, not the whole line, but the snake that eats its own tail. I want to get it on my wrist at some point.
Aw,
Anyway,
tiny.
so how we wrap this up is you have to say,
I have to consent.
This has been Portals to Terra. Prepare your brains to get far. We don't say the CK at the end of it, not to be explicit.
This has been Portals to Terror, like that.
Terra, not terror.
Terra.
Like planet
This
Earth.
has
No,
been-
we're not Astaghfirullah. We're not that kind of.
This has been Portals to Terra.
Prepare your brains to get far.